Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's AJ Writes Crypto, and welcome to Trade Crypto Today. The concept of this show is to give you an action-packed, full of information video about one concept, one thing to get you on the charts and to get you trading. Today, we have to talk about Pudgy Penguins and the Pengu ETF, and I will show you the Pengu chart at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around. So, I just released a video on the main channel explaining every current crypto ETF right now. And it's actually mind-boggling when you think about how much Wall Street money, how much institutional attention altcoins are about to get. And it boggles my mind that Pudgy Penguins, the Pengu token, is on that list. And it's actually the first of its kind. So there's a lot to this. It's kind of hard to believe when you think about it. Right now, I'm looking at the S1 statement. The S1 is better than the old 19B4 filings because the deadline is shorter for the S1s. It was expected that we were mid-October 2025. It was actually supposed to be October 12th, I believe, was the old deadline. And I was like, wait, shouldn't that deadline should have happened already? I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT said that there's a new comment window set instead that replaced the old October 12th date. And so the comments are due October 21st and rebuttals are due November 4th. So this is getting pushed out a little bit. I think they're doing a little bit more information here. But at the end of the day, a Pudgy Penguins ETF is on the docket. There is certainly information about it on the SEC website, as right here that's mentioning it from Canary Capital. Right there, it is definitely happening. What's interesting about this is that it's actually the first ETF of its kind in crypto world because the proposed ETF would hold 15% of its assets in Pudgy Penguin NFTs alongside the Pengu tokens. So where all the other altcoin ETFs are just for the altcoin, this one is actually, a combination of the Pengu and Pudgy Penguin NFTs with the Pengu token. I think that's really cool. It is like a hybrid NFT for crypto. This is the kind of cool stuff that crypto needs, and I'm super excited. I personally don't hold Pudgy Penguins. I am a Bored Ape guy myself, and I will say that the Pudgy Penguins went through a lot. They did a lot of really solid marketing. If you remember, they had, Pudgy Penguin PFPs for like hundreds and hundreds of crypto projects on Twitter had Pengu NFTs. But now that Ape Fest is coming, it's actually really interesting. Pudgy Penguin's floor price is now 7.65 Ethereum. Bored Ape has finally caught and reflipped Pudgy Penguins for the floor price 7.79 Ethereum for the Bored Apes. So I think Bored Apes will be number one. Pudgy Penguins did pass them for a while. It is cool to see the Bored Apes reclaim the top spot for NFTs. I find that awesome. Besides CryptoPunks, of course, I will be at Ape Fest. If you're going to be at Ape Fest, make sure you come say hello. Very excited. It's my first time, and I'm really excited to meet a lot of cool people in Las Vegas next week. So all the ETF stuff aside, what are the implications here for the altcoins themselves, for the altcoin Pengu itself? So first of all, when I look at this chart, it was actually really interesting because it had a really sad beginning and it kind of pumped a little bit. It kind of was sad again. No one really expected this to happen, where bottom to top in 32 days, this thing pumped 468%. This thing has the juice. What I like about this token is that it has a lot of trading volume on exchanges. On Bitunix, Pangu has been a top 10 trader for leverage trader by volume for a very long time now. And if you want to buy Pangu or leverage trade Pangu, make sure you click the link down below, get yourself signed up for Bitunix, no VPN, no KYC, my favorite place to leverage trade crypto. All right, so going back to the Pangu chart, right? A couple of things kind of yell at me right away. First of all, yes, it had, the Black Friday wick, but look at actually where it held, and where it held is extremely interesting. If you kind of look all the way back here, right, there's this kind of level right there. And it's kind of, I'll actually pull it down just a little bit to the local floor. But this spot's actually really interesting. This level, for the record, is 0.0212, so 0.0212. So it had this kind of wick back here historical. It bounced off this level historical. But what's interesting is that, there's nothing between this previous high from back here and this floor. And if you actually look at the volume profile on the right, there's a massive gap right there in the volume profile. So I would set that alarm. I think that if that alarm was to go off, it would very likely how it quickly came up through here because there was no volume, 20% up. Yeah, I think if it was to go back through that volume profile, that'd be a 19% short, targeting this level here, 0.173. Here, I'll just type these without decimals. 0.173. That would be the target. And then long alarm would be 0.212. To me, hit this again. Boom, 0.212. So that alarm is extremely important. Okay. And it also has had two opens, a close and an open below the 200 EMA, which is not really what you want to see here. Couple saving graces though. Okay. First of all, we have this downtrend. We can define this downtrend, and we would like to see it eventually break out of this downtrend. Given that it does kind of have a pretty obvious floor ceiling support resistance. We are looking at a daily chart, by the way. When you zoom in on this, it was the floor here and is the ceiling here. So that level, that alarm would actually serve as my go long alarm, considering it would have to clear the 200 EMA to get back above that level. My go long a level here would be 265. Okay. 0.265 without decimals. So those three levels right there, 0.265, 0.212, 0.173, are, in my opinion, the three most important alarms to set on your Pengu chart. And also looking at Market Cipher B here, you can see that we're very close to rounding off this momentum wave, printing that dot and continuing up. So I think this is more likely an accumulation place for Pengu. I would be very surprised if it broke down and ended back up in this previous range here. That could happen. I don't anticipate that to happen. And also, if you consider the double top nature of this coin here, it would initially, when it initially popped up, it got rejected here, and then it went all the way down to the doldrums. It came back up and got rejected at that exact same spot, just under 5 cents at 468. So that level is extremely important. If Pudgy Penguin, the Pengu coin, was to revisit that all-time high, that would be 112, 113% from right here. I certainly have my eye on that 265 alarm. I don't have a problem accumulating this coin a little bit as a hodl pick, and I'll tell you why. Because if you kind of look at this chart, I see an extremely large cup and hopefully an extremely little handle form here, where this previous high, I will put this 0.648, 0.468, excuse me, that would be technically the breakout level for a massive cup and handle formation that Pengu is forming right now. And if we were to get the measured move here, very, very large measured move, I'm going to have to shrink the chart to make it happen. Pull this to the top. Oh, man, that would put Pudgy Penguin at 9 cents from here. So from our current price, in a perfect world where this cup and handle plays out to the full extent, that would be a 314% gain. So I will add some more scalp levels to scalp trade this in the Telegram group. This is a chart that we've traded a lot in the Telegram group. You know that if you're a group member. If you want to join my Alpha Telegram group, make sure you send an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com. I also have a Polymarket group that is separate from the crypto group as well. Let me know if you want in both. But I think there's a lot of potential with this coin. I think there's a lot of money to be made scalping this coin, and I actually think long term there's a lot of money to be made buying this coin at this low range that it's at now, given the implications that this kind of first of its kind hybrid ETF gets approved. I really like it. Maybe I'll buy a Pudgy Penguin one day, but I am an ape in my heart. But I think one day I probably likely will buy a Pudgy Penguin as well. So a shout out to the entire Pudgy Penguin community. I think it's awesome what they're doing. I think it's good to see solid blue chip competition. Not to mention the token itself has a lot of upside. And make sure you have your eyes set on that cup and handle, because we like cup and handles here at AJ Writes Crypto. So that's all I got today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to this new channel. Thank you. We're already above 1,000 followers on the new channel. Before the first month of this channel, we got to 1,000 followers. I think that's pretty awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I also want to say before I close out, the third of 4 Tesla Model 3 giveaways. We're doing 4 massive giveaways this year. This is the third giveaway of the year for a Tesla Model 3. If you don't want the car, we'll give you $42,500 in VeChain token if you are the grand prize winner and you don't want the car. And the awesome thing about the giveaways here is that the final giveaway at the end of the year is a Cybertruck. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you sign up for the Tesla Model 3 giveaway. The link's down below. Guys, get involved. We got a lot of really cool things cooking up here, and we're already planning on what we're going to do for 2026. So do not sleep on the main channel. Do not sleep on this new channel. I appreciate you. Smash the like, subscribe, and don't forget to trade crypto today. Peace out.